Fashion Week wrapped up a couple of days ago here in New York, and everything from white to red went by on the runways. For consumers, it might be confusing which colors are truly in every season. Our next guest is an expert at picking and predicting shades of fashion. Lisa Herbert is Executive Vice President at Pantone, which developed a standard color system used in the textile industry as well as other industries from publishing to plastics. Welcome to the show in your beautiful green sweater.
Well, one of our popular spring colors, actually, vibrant green.
Well, start by telling us, because we want to talk about the specific colors for fall. We're in the midst of it almost, coming up in the spring. But how does this work? I just don't begin to understand how you're, as you call it, you're the intel inside of the industry really for color. How do you do this?
Well, actually, there's very many levels in which to predict color, and we look at color about 18 months in advance. So we're actually looking at all kinds of influences in the world. It could be museum openings, travel to exotic places, pop culture, that sort of thing. And all of these things put together will indicate what colors are going to be popular. Also, the political climate, socioeconomic trends, that sort of thing. So that's where it sort of all starts. And then, of course, you have the designers and the retailers who are really traveling all over the world to all kinds of exotic places. I would say that that's probably the #1 source of inspiration for designers is really exotic travel, and that sort of gives them their inspiration for their collections.
So you have still an array, let's just say one of the colors is pink for fall, right? But you've got like bright pink, dark pink, light pink, shocking pink. How do you decide which pink exactly is the one to go with?
Well, it's very interesting because pink has been popular for several seasons right now, and particularly for fall, you're seeing shocking pink, a very bright fuchsia, as being a very prominent color. Pink is a wonderful color for women. They feel pretty in it. They feel younger in it. So it's a very strong color. And Pantone has hundreds of shades of pink. So which pink really, it evolves over the seasons. So for fall, you're going to see shocking pink. But in spring, you're going to see a softer begonia pink.
So we're getting the inside tip here, because you've just come from the Fashion Week, right? You've watched all the designers. For somebody like me, who the fashion police have often been at my house, I'm in need of some tips. What's hot? What's coming up? Tell us the color scheme.
Well, actually, Pantone identified the 10 top colors that we feel are going to be important for spring, because obviously we just saw the shows for spring. They do them 6 months in advance.
You've got them there. Yeah.
So actually the #1 color is blue turquoise.
Hold that to Mary, and maybe she can hold it up and get a shot of it. Blue turquoise. It's one of my very favorite colors. See,
beautiful.
And go ahead.
I'm just going to say that it's really universally flattering, and this color is actually replacing baby blue, for an example. But we saw many designers using this: Marc Jacobs, Michael Kors. So it's really going to be an important color for spring. Vibrant green. This is taking its cues from nature and our concern with the environment.
Okay, similar to the beautiful sweater
the color of my sweater, exactly. And vibrant green is really going to be important because not only in fashion, but you're going to see it migrate into home furnishings as well. So this shows you the influence of fashion over home. Of course, pink, still very popular. We just spoke about that.
There we go.
And as I said before, women just feel very pretty and young in pink. It's very flattering to your skin tone. Another color is Aurora, a yellow shade with some green undertones, very similar to your blouse.
It's one of my favorite colors.
And yellow was just originally used in accessories, but now it's really coming into the mainstream, and you're seeing it, you know, in garments and that sort of thing. And here's an influence that came from the home, actually, and went into fashion, because yellow's always been a favorite for the home.
So if you had to wrap up a theme for these spring colors, and you were talking before about how different things in society influence these colors, what would it be?
Well, if you talk to the designers, which we did, there are a few different influences. #1 is really the Mediterranean waters and the Caribbean waters, so just being on vacation, that whole feeling of tropical feeling. Also, the whole art movement. You know, so various artists like Dali and Miro and Gaudi have been a real inspiration to designers. So,
but you know, it's interesting to me because there are certain colors that just do not look good on each person, right?
Exactly.
Like this color right here, this yellow on me would be a little bit scary because I kind of have those olive undertones. So isn't it about finding what works for you within this and not just going with what the color may be of the season?
well, absolutely. But what you can do is you don't need to do it, you know, all head to toe. You can do just a little bit of it. So have a yellow bag or a scarf or that sort of thing. Just a little bit can go a long way. Or there could be many different shades of that yellow that would just be a little warmer, a little cooler, that could work for you. So there's two ways that you could go on that.
Huh. In terms of what's interesting to me, like you're saying, that color is getting popular, that yellow green. Don't some things like, aren't we already seeing in the fall, and haven't we already seen that color come into being? I mean, don't these things, as soon as you identify them, haven't they already started bubbling up?
Well, particularly with the green, we have seen that over the past season, but you haven't seen green in fashion for a long time. So this is something that's really coming into play, which is very interesting.
Do you make any of this available to the public?
Yeah, well, we report through the various media, speaking with yourself, but also through fashion magazines and home furnishings magazines. We also have a shopping guide that customers can just go into the store and pick their own favorite colors and then coordinate and complement their wardrobe.
Sounds great. Pantone, we'll look for it. Lisa Herbert, thank you very much.